Hi, Broncos. My name's Kathryn Hankamp. I was really looking forward to meeting with you all in person, but I think this is going to have to do for now. I'm excited to share some important tips with you as you start your college search and help you find the right fit. But before I get started, I thought I would take some time to introduce myself. I'm the one on the right. My name again is Kathryn Hankamp, and I'm the Regional Admission Counselor for St. Norbert College. So that means I live here in the Chicagoland area and I work with students from Illinois. The person to my left in this picture is Cabrini Jablon. She is the other half of what we call Team Chicago. So if you do consider St. Norbert, you would be working with both of us through the whole admission process. I've been in admission for 11 years, so I really do love working with students and helping them find the right fit. I am a St. Norbert graduate as well as a graduate of Montini. So this makes it a little bit more special for me to have the opportunity to talk to you and give you some tips on some things that helped me when I was in your shoes. So there are three keys to a school being the right fit: academic, campus culture, and financial fit. One factor might be more important to you than the others, but a school isn't going to be a good fit unless it meets all three of these. And what you're probably going to find as you start going through your college search and you get deeper and deeper are that multiple schools are going to seem to fit all three areas for you, which can become a little confusing and a little bit more difficult when making your college decision. The first question everyone always asks when you start your college search is, what do you want to major in? And I'd say it's a pretty important question because it's ultimately going to lead you to a major that will help you on your path to your future career. It can also help set the tone for your college search, since you're only going to consider schools that offer or have a strength in the major that you're interested in. But if someone asks you, what do you want to major in, and you have no idea what to answer, that's okay. Undecided is actually the most popular major at every single college and university. Even if you do know exactly what you want to major in, it's important to have a plan B and a plan C because you might actually change your mind between the time you apply and your first few semesters in college. In fact, 80% of college students change their major at least once, and on average, they'll change their major 3 times during their college career. So you can see why it's important to have a couple backup plans. You might want to easily be able to transition from one major to another and not have to transfer schools. If you're truly undecided, something you can do is take a list of majors that a school has to offer and cross off everything that you're not interested in studying. So, for example, I would have crossed off a lot of the math and science areas. I was more focused on the reading, writing, and communications and media studies, which is what I ultimately ended up majoring in. You might not land on a specific major, but it's going to help you narrow down some areas that you can focus on in studying. You're also going to want to find out what resources are available to help you decide on a major. For example, you might not have to actually declare a major until the end of your sophomore year, and that's going to take a lot of pressure off your shoulders. You also might be paired with an academic advisor who would be a faculty member, and this is the case at St. Norbert College, that's going to help you select courses to help you explore a particular major. Those classes that you select and you take in those first few semesters will count towards that major, but if you decide to ultimately change your major, they're going to fulfill the Common Core or elective requirements that you're ultimately going to need for graduation anyway. Another resource every single college and university is going to offer is going to be a career and professional development office. They offer programs in career exploration as well as opportunities to connect you with alumni who may have you shadow them or at least have a conversation about what they majored in and what they were involved in while they attended the school. This can really help you figure out what to focus on and what to major in to get into the end career goal that you have. Something I can definitely tell you you're going to find out when you're doing your college search is that it seems like all colleges and universities have the same popular programs. So, how do you know and how do you decide what school has the best program for you? Of course, college rankings are always important, Forbes, Princeton Review, things like that. But I think it's also important to ask, what are the opportunities available for hands on experience? Is research available? How early can you do that research with faculty members? What about internships? What resources help you get internships? When can you start those internships? Those are examples of great questions to ask that will allow you to learn about hands-on experience that's available for you in a particular major. It also leads us right into our next key factor in finding the right fit: campus culture. When you picture your future college or university, what do you imagine it to be like? Campus culture basically embodies everything about a college or university, from its location, setting, size, clubs and organizations, athletics, faith life, honors programs, traditions, and other opportunities to be involved. You'll need to think about what's important to you and the experiences you want to have in college to figure out what kind of campus culture is the best fit for you. There's over 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States, so there's a lot of options. The easiest way to help narrow this list down is to think about how far away from home you want to be. Maybe you want to take a plane to campus, or you want to live at home and commute daily, or that 1 to 4 hour car ride is the perfect fit for you. Think about how frequently you want to see your family and how easily you can get home to determine the ideal distance for you. You should also consider what's around campus. This is important not only for social opportunities, but for internships, which can really help develop your resume. Do you want to be in an urban, suburban, or rural setting? Your experience at a campus in the city is going to be vastly different from a campus that's in a rural setting. Not that one's better than the other, it's just what you personally prefer. And have you given any thought to how many classmates you want to have? The size of your campus is actually going to determine that. Smaller schools have less than 5,000 students. So St. Norbert College is considered a small school. We have about 2,100 undergraduate students. Medium schools will range from 5,000 to 15,000. So Marquette is a great example with about 8,500 undergraduate students. Large universities will have at least 15,000 and usually more. Think University of Illinois, where they have 33,000 students. How you learn is a great way to figure out what size campus is the best fit for you. At a smaller and medium-sized school, your average class size is going to be in that 10 to 35 student range. So if you need more attention and you like to ask questions in class and you feel like you want to develop relationships with your faculty members, a smaller or a medium school might be a better fit for you. Whereas at a larger university, you can expect to be in a lecture hall of 300 or more students. You will have smaller discussion groups, and that's where you can ask questions and kind of develop those relationships with your TAs, faculty members, and other students. And obviously, class size isn't the only thing that's determined by the size of your school. Your campus experience and your involvement is also determined by campus size. Every college and university is going to have clubs and organizations you can belong to, from academic to diversity organizations, recreational, think spike ball, snowboarding, things like that. Faith and service to Greek life are, and some schools will have hundreds of options. But you shouldn't be concerned with the number of opportunities for your involvement. You should be more focused on the opportunities they have for you and your interests. Studies show that students who are more involved in college are not only happier but more successful. So during your search, find out what each campus has to offer that you're interested in. So if you're involved in theater now, is that something you want to do in college? And how easily is it able for you to be involved in that? Another thing to consider is your faith life. Is that something that you want to continue in college, and is that important to you? Generally, smaller schools have religious affiliations, which can make access to church, religious retreats like Kairos, and other service opportunities easily able to access. You'll still have these opportunities at large institutions, but it's going to look a lot different at a smaller school versus a larger school. When it really comes down to campus culture, I say described as it's a gut feeling. You just know when you feel it. It's something I can't describe, and when you're on a campus, you'll feel that. You'll experience it, and it's something that you know is just a good fit for you. So when in doubt, definitely go with your gut. The final piece to the college fit puzzle is financial fit. Now more than ever, paying for college is a big concern for students and their parents. So my first piece of advice is don't rule school out just based off their sticker price. The sticker price is what you're going to find on a school's website or when you talk to an admission counselor like myself. It's the total cost of enrollment. So your tuition, fees, and room and board. We also oftentimes call this your direct cost of attendance, and it's very rare that you'll ever pay this total amount. Every institution is going to offer opportunities to make your cost of attendance more affordable. Scholarships are usually the first way that this happens. So when you're applying, find out how you're considered for scholarships. At many colleges, your application is automatically considered for a merit scholarship. A merit scholarship will usually be determined by your GPA and ACT or SAT score. And with everything that's currently happening, I wouldn't be surprised if colleges and universities are going to change the way that they review applicants for merit scholarships. And while some institutions will automatically consider you for scholarships, others may have a separate application process. So I would encourage you to keep a notebook, a spreadsheet, or a calendar with all the important deadlines and dates each college and university that you're considering has so that you don't miss out on any scholarships that you could potentially qualify for. Some schools might also have specialty or talent-based scholarships. So if you sing or play an instrument, you might be able to audition for a music scholarship. So make sure that you're asking each school you're considering what other opportunities you have for scholarships that you might qualify for and how the application process works. Another way to make college more affordable is by completing the FAFSA. FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and as you've guessed, it's free to apply for. If you and your family decide to complete the FAFSA, you'll want to submit that to all of the colleges and universities you've applied and been admitted to, so you can be considered for additional need-based aid. That can come in the form of institutional, federal and state grants, as well as federal loans. You can file the FAFSA starting October 1st, and many schools will start sending out their financial aid awards to students starting in December. This is going to allow you to compare your cost of attendance at each school that you've applied to and help you decide which school is the most affordable for you. And make sure to use all of your resources. Talk with your counselors at Montini. Have conversations with admissions counselors at the schools that you're considering. We all want to make sure it's possible for you to attend your first choice. And if you really want to get a better picture of what it might cost for you to attend a college, every institution has a tool called the Net Price Calculator on their website. It's usually located under their financial aid or their tuition and fees page. You'll enter some financial as well as academic information, and an estimate for your net price to attend the institution will be generated. I say estimate because it uses information from the previous year, but it's a great tool to help you get a general idea of what your out-of-pocket costs could be. I know it's really hard not to consider financial fit the most important of all of them, but you have to consider college as an investment in yourself. You will find a school that's going to fit both all of your academic, social, and financial needs. So now that we've talked about how to find the right fit and what's important in your college search, how do you go about making sure that a school is a good fit and fits all of these factors? Getting onto a college campus is the best way for you to figure out if a school is the right fit for you. When you do a college visit, you're going to be able to interact with current students and faculty, experience the campus culture for yourself, and something I think is pretty important, eat on campus. You're going to live there for 4 years, so hopefully the food tastes good. There are a couple of ways that you can do a campus visit. You have program days, which will be a little different at every school, but typically you'll get a general group presentation and a tour of campus. Some program days might even be geared towards specific majors. You can also schedule personalized or individual visits at some institutions. These will be during the week, and you'll have the opportunity to tailor your visit to exactly what you want to learn about. So you might have a meeting with a faculty member in a major you're considering, or sit in a class, or talk with a department like Academic Support Services to find out what's available for you. Even learn about study abroad or multicultural student services. Make sure you take advantage of your time on campus and learn what is most important to you and what you're interested in. It'll only help you when it comes down to making that final decision. Think about those college brochures you've received in the mail, and I'm sure you've had a lot arrive recently. I can bet every single one of them shows campus with beautiful pictures as well as good looking students, and that's definitely not by accident. Every college wants you to see their best side, and that's even true when you come to campus for a visit day. So, something I always encourage students to do is spend a little extra time on campus. If you arrive early or you have some time after your visit concludes, walk around campus with your family on your own. See what it's like when you're not guided by a tour guide as well as admission staff. Are the students friendly? Is the campus clean? Is it easy for you to get from one point to another? And can you picture yourself there? That's probably the most important question. You'll learn a lot about a school by spending a little extra time there. It might even actually change your perception of what you think you wanted in a school. I, for one, thought I wanted to go to a big university. And it wasn't until I actually got on a campus and realized I wasn't going to do well in a larger classroom. And the idea of taking a bus from one end of campus to the other to get to class wasn't going to work for me. A large school really wasn't going to be the best fit for me as I originally thought. So I quickly changed my college search to look at more smaller and medium-sized institutions. You really don't know what's a good fit for you until you get on campus. Now, I know it's probably a little hard to figure out how are you supposed to do this now, and especially since all of the campuses are closed. The best thing that you can do are take advantage of virtual visits that are available. On the college side, we're doing the best we can with virtual campus tours, virtual meetings with admission counselors, even virtual college panels and information sessions. It's not ideal, but it's the best thing to do in this current situation. And it's a great way for you to start learning about different institutions and help you start the list of schools that you want to visit once every school opens up again in the fall. Going to an institution's admissions page, you're going to find out how you can register for any of these virtual visits, as well as you would for an on-campus program day or in-person visit day. And just like visits, every admissions office is going to have opportunities for you to connect with admission counselors. Every office has an admission counselor, and we all pretty much do the same thing. We attend college fairs, we present at high schools, we interview students, we read applications, but our main job is to guide you through the admission process. Get to know the admission counselors at the institutions you're considering. We're oftentimes the same person that reads your application and in some cases award merit scholarships. And if we've met with you or corresponded with you via text or email or phone, it makes it even easier for us to advocate for you during the application review process. We're your allies through the whole thing. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to one of us and ask your question, or if you have a concern, we're here to help for you. And then when we reach out to you, definitely respond back. I can promise you I'm not giving you a call or sending you an email just to chat. There's usually a good reason that I'm reaching out to you. Now, the college search can sometimes feel really overwhelming, and especially now since everything has changed a lot. But it's something you should really be excited about and look forward to. It's the first time you're getting to make a big decision for yourself with the guidance of your family. Don't just consider schools your friends, your boyfriend or girlfriend are considering, because they might not be a good fit for you. Think about how you learn, how far away from home you want to be, and the experiences you want to have, and what's going to develop your skills and the experiences that are going to prepare you best for your future career. The best news is you cannot make a wrong decision in this. When you're selecting a college, it really just comes down to what is the best fit for you. And especially if you spend the time doing it and figuring out and going to campus visits, you'll definitely find the right fit. Normally, I would be opening it up to questions from you, but we can't do that right now. So I thought I'd give you a few questions that you can ask during your college search. These are all great to ask a current student or an admission counselor when you meet one of us at a college fair, when you visit campus, or when we get to Montini in the fall. They'll give you a little bit more insight into the campus culture, the experiences, and the support available to you. The two questions I have personally loved being asked the most are, what kind of student is best suited for your school, and what's your favorite tradition on campus? These two in particular will give you an idea of the type of students that are on a college campus and if they're like you, as well as what's important to the college and what that institution values, and if they align to what your values are. Hopefully you find these helpful as you start your college search. Well, it's been a pleasure sharing some of my knowledge about the college search process with you. Please know I'm available to answer any questions that you have, whether they relate to St. Norbert or not. Feel free to save my email address and my cell phone number and reach out if you need anything. I'm always happy to help a fellow Bronco. I wish you all the best as you start your journey on the college search process and beyond. Stay healthy, stay safe, and go Broncos.